Yeah, I believe you.
In three, two, one. All right. We have Brodon and we have
Yo, yo.
Flodon on the first ever
Yo.
Loot Cave podcast. First, we're going to discuss about our little mishap we had between Brodon and I from last night. We tried to. We did an entire hour, and
Yeah.
we did an entire hour doing a podcast, and by the time we were completed, I was about to hop off for the night. It was 11:30, so I was like, yes, I want to get some rest before I have to go to work. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna put this all together real quick so I can get it uploaded, get it all sent out. And there's no audio on Brodon's side. So all you hear is me saying, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Really? That's funny. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. And you don't hear Brodon whatsoever. And so tonight we made sure to check our audio. And I actually made a little sign for myself at work where I have it clipped up on a wall right above my work table, and it says always check your audio. So I had that in my mind all day long. So I remembered by the time we got on tonight. So now we have Brodon here with us, and we are also we have Flodon. I don't think they're brothers. Honestly, I don't know.
Not in blood, but different mothers.
So, first we'll start with you, bro, and kind of get the context of what we tried to talk about last night that was not recorded, and tried to get some of those the main topics in, I guess you could say. Currently, you are a basically an upcoming YouTuber. You do have a YouTube channel, and
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, honestly, right now the YouTube channel is kind of just like a hobby to keep me motivated for the bigger picture, which is pro gaming.
Okay, and tell everybody what type of games you're looking to do professionally.
Rocket League right now. I'm very good.
Oh yeah.
And I just joined a team today who was they were grand champions, which is the highest rank.
Mm-hmm.
And they were looking to recruit for their team. I played with them, played a couple games, and they wanted me immediately. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, that is very awesome. And do you know of any? So I don't follow the Rocket League. I really, honestly, haven't even gotten into it
Okay.
personally. But is there any competitions coming up that you're planning on trying to attend?
Not yet, because I gotta collaborate with my team. Today was just a tryout, and then they had to get off because of some unexpected plans. So tomorrow should be a bigger day in that department. We'll see what's going on for sure.
Okay, so it's kind of like you actually have to join a team for these type of things, and um, you can't really beast mode everybody on your own.
Yeah, no, you
So
for the more organized events, you definitely have to have a team.
now, what's the size of the team?
I honestly didn't even get to ask. Like I said, we played a couple games. They said they wanted me, and I said definitely. I joined the club, and then they got off. So,
Okay. Well,
yeah,
hopefully,
not a
I
whole lot
wish
of
you luck on
information
that.
today, unfortunately. Thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
So, well, I know we talked about last night about you possibly getting into streaming also, and
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
well, I also mentioned if you needed any type of advice or you wanted to be pointed in the right direction. I was pointing out like a guy on YouTube, his Alpha Gaming. His stuff is pretty cool. He has a lot of really good information, from everything from low budget, you know, to basically a poor man's setup, all the way up to, you know, different types of mics. I actually checked him out on a mic that I'm using right now, the HyperX Quadcast, and turned out like he was actually impressed with it. He had some little bit of, I'm not really sure, but it was more of like, but at the same time, anything is better than a headset mic, you know, if you're wanting to get into something professionally. So, and it was actually really nice, and he'd show you how everything worked, and plus he's very experienced in this type of field. I believe he actually either goes or he went to school for these kind of things. So he's a really good person to follow. And so I pointed him your direction to kind of check out.
Thank you.
So, Flodon, you're the mystery man of the night.
Oh, yay.
So, let's get a little bit of your backstory.
Oh. Oh boy.
I am affiliated on Twitch. I stopped streaming a little while ago. Thinking about actually starting it back up now that I'm actually getting somewhere in my games.
Right.
But I just wasn't I wasn't able to progress farther because I didn't have the right type of feel in the Twitch stream and everything else. So.
Right. Now, do you have a YouTube channel?
No, I have a Twitch.
Okay. One of the things that I've learned, and I will direct you to like Alpha Gaming also. I know there's a lot of other people. As just the one person that, you know, I've kind of gravitated towards. I'm sure there's plenty of other guys that are out there. But one of the things that he was pointing out was things like, okay, if you're wanting to start a game, let's say like your favorite game, whatever it could be, you know, Rocket League, the Modern Warfare, the newest one. If you want to get on there and you want to start streaming, the best way, cause if you just get on there and start streaming, I mean, you're going to be at the bottom, you know, nobody's going to find you. And the way he described it is if you could build yourself a platform, as in on PlayStation, or not on PlayStation, YouTube, then you can actually take that platform, take those audience, and actually transfer them over to your Twitch. And that's a really good way to be able to build up.
That is true.
So that's kind of an idea. I'm not sure what kind of situation you were in. If it was just you stopped because you didn't have anybody watching you.
I had people watching. It wasn't that. It was the trying to grow my channel.
Mm-hmm.
Was getting increasingly harder.
Right. It was just kind of staying
because
stale.
I had pretty dull gameplay and everything else, and it was usually just me and a couple randos that would join every now and then.
Right. Well, I definitely think it would be a cool idea, and I definitely want to kind of get into this more when it comes to, like I was telling you guys, I'd like to get it to the point where I'm getting into content creation myself. This podcast is just something to kind of do on the side, but it's not my main focus. But it does want to kind of bring people together, but at the same time, I would like to get it to a point where I can either make content for like YouTube or whatever comes out, or on DLive or whatever, and be able to stream with, let's say, me, you, and Brodon here. We all get into a game and we just basically just, have fun. And I can actually sit there and edit the video, been experimenting with like the Share Factory, really, really trying to hone in on trying to get the basics down when it comes to editing videos. So I think it would be kind of cool to, like, let's say me and you and Brodon could get together and we'll play a game and I'll edit the entire video and make content that way. And at the same time, be able to make it where, where hopefully if I could build this platform up big enough, then I could, maybe send some people your way, and be like, hey, check out Brodon and Flowdon. They're awesome. Had them on the podcast, check them out. You guys can plug yourself, that's what this is for. Now, Brodon here, he's talking about wanting to get up there to the big leagues, just hopefully once he gets up there, he remembers the little guy down here, the guy that he's, his name is Armalite, is really cool, and I would love to get him, if, for instance, once he gets to that point, I can have him back on the podcast and he can share the experience of everything that he went through by doing that. And, how is he, what he succeeded in, what he had to learn through trial and error, and all that kind of stuff. And really kind of hone in on what the experience is like whenever you try to go to like competitions and stuff. And the same for you, Flowdon. It's, if you want to, I called you Blowdon, I don't know why. I got bro and flow and dough, I don't know what's going on. But same with you, you get up there and you become like a famous Twitch, you come back on, hopefully by then, I got my own platform too at the same time, and you guys can come back to my podcast and share your experience at the same time. And it'll be kind of fun to do one with both of you guys together, and you made it to the big leagues, and we can really, discuss, how you guys correlated, if you guys still, work together, or if you guys ever, you just kind of just do your own thing. So, but yeah. What other kind of games do you tend to play, Flo?
Right now, I used to be big into Ark until I got bored of that.
Yeah, I tried that myself. It wasn't bad. I mean, I played with my son.
It wasn't, well, it all depends on where you went, right? They have boosted servers and then they have official servers.
Right.
I lived in the official servers for the first 6 months I played, built an alpha base, was alpha, and then one of my tribe mates decided that it was a good idea to take one of our war turtles and sponge out all the bullets and rob from every tribe in the server, so everybody banded together and came after us. And that was 6 months of my life down the tubes,
Yeah, that would definitely suck. I never got onto a server for like on Ark Survival, but I did when I played Conan Exiles. I thought
pretty much the same.
Yeah, I liked Conan, but I like the idea of Ark Survival for the fact that you can tame dinosaurs. I thought that was a really cool aspect. I'm actually thinking about probably getting back into it. So, I mean, if you guys ever want to try to get together and play a little Ark, I'm always down for that.
See, I owned my own server for a while because I got tired of playing on everybody else's.
Right.
So, I bought a server. I know how to run a server. I can easily start another server.
Now you have to.
Wanted to do something like that.
Yeah, you have to pay for something like that, don't you?
Not that bad, really.
How much would you say it's about? It's like $20 a month or something.
Something like that, but if you get 6 months, it's like $100 or whatever.
Oh, geez. So you really got to be committed to it if you really want to start your own
It all
server then.
depends. I always had somebody else in it with me, so it was only really half the cost.
Well, that's not bad.
So if you think about it, $50 for 6 months for 2 people.
Yeah.
Actually, not. It's doable and manageable all at the same time. Because you can even set them to be open so that anybody can see them and anybody can join them, or you can have them set to password protected so that nobody can get in but the people you tell the password to.
Right, right. Yeah, because you
So
think you
by
don't
rights,
want.
at that point, you could run a whole YouTube channel off of your Arc server. You could, like, this is daily maintenance in an Arc server. You go around, you fly around, you find out derelict bases, you tear them down, go on with your day.
Yeah, I would say for me, to be honest, I mean, it's my personal opinion, but if I was to pay for something like that, I would want to do something in a way to get it to where it pays for itself, you know?
You can, and you can get people, if they like the server, people can donate through the server link.
Mm-hmm.
So they can help you out that way. Like one of the servers I was playing in before I bought my own. He had a server with every map that you could go to, and you could get to every server from one server to another to another.
Mm-hmm.
And he always had people populated in the server. It was a good server until he decided to quit running it,
Right.
and then it went downhill. But at that rate, he had people donating. And if you donated, that you got like an alpha wyvern or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a show of goodwill that you are donating to the server and everything else.
Well, that's actually a
And
really
it-
good setup.
And at that point, you can then, if you can get enough people in one server, you can start doing events. You can build an arena. You can tell them to bring dinos and then fight this and then win that, right?
Right. That's actually that's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. It would just be a lot of maintenance, right?
Yeah, especially when you get, because I've been on some of the servers, especially at least on Conan. You know, you pop in there and you got all these like structures that are like half-ass built, and it's like,
And being the admin in those type of situations, you can go and pull out a blink rifle and take out that whole building, and then it's gone. Somebody else can rebuild there if they want.
right.
You just have to constantly be on and constantly be watching.
Yeah.
Because people will build like a dodo box. It's like a one floor tile with walls and a door on it and a roof. And you throw a whole bunch of dodos in there, and you enable them all to wandering. They start hatching. Then you got 10,000 dodos in a box.
Yeah.
You don't know how many times my server's been crashed because of idiots doing things like this.
Yeah, right. Because they got it all in one confined space. Oh
I
my
got 4
god.
million dodos in a 1x1.
Oh god.
Okay, coach,
There
like,
goes,
come on now.
there goes my fucking server.
There goes all my goddamn bandwidth. There's like 200 gigabytes in one by one.
Right. I played with my oldest son. We started playing Ark Survival, and we got into it. It was just difficult because we were playing split screen, and I was before I got him his own PlayStation, and so we're trying so we're actually playing. But you're tethered, so we can't really get very far from each other.
And now at that rate, now that he has his own PlayStation, you guys could both load up the game and start a local game, and he could just join you.
Oh yeah, and it would be so much better, and it was
Because then
funny.
he could be 6 miles across the map and be like,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know where I am.
yeah. Well, I also I played. Don't make fun of me now, but I used to play a lot of Minecraft.
I still have it installed. Why would I make fun of you?
Well, I still play it every once in a while, but I was really big on building. That was kind of my thing, and I like to build like medieval structures. and I was trying to build myself up. I started with like little houses, and then I started building bigger houses, and then I was kind of building my way up so I could build a great, really big castle. Well, I got onto Ark Survival, and I was like, yo, you know, you could kind of do the same thing on here. It's just different aspect. And so we started, you know, playing the game, and then I came across a video where you can actually build a boat using the raft that you can gather all the materials.
You can build a whole bunch of a huge boat.
Yeah, we actually, well, we built on the PlayStation. You really couldn't, it couldn't be that big, but the one that I built was actually pretty good.
If you're in a local game and you go into the settings, you can change that type of build limit, structure limit.
Yeah, I did
else.
see that, and I ended up doing that so I can make the structure a little bit bigger. And but I thought that was like really cool that you could build like that and actually build a boat that you can actually steer and move around. So I built one, and it was like basically like a steamboat type thing. But it was really nice, and we basically would use that boat to go to like certain islands that had, you know, only carnivores, and we would, you know, basically hunt other animals. And I had it to where you can transport actually quite large animals to different areas. And you know, I had that thing all set up pretty well.
Did you ever try building one on the back of a Quetzal?
No. That was.
Okay, do you want to know the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life on Ark?
What's that?
This guy had a giant platform on the back of his Quetzal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's on the top of that platform?
What's that?
He was flying around his Giga.
Oh my god. That is crazy. I've never seen anything like that. Jesus
I've actually
Christ.
seen them. They build platforms on the back with cannons.
Yeah. I've seen them
And you
where
can
they
put
would do
also,
raids.
You can put turrets. Yeah, they do raids with Quetzals and
Yeah.
Brontos and
everybody be flying towards wherever it is that they're going to, and they would jump off or they would land, and they would, you know, basically storm the area. It's like, holy cow, that is freaking awesome. I'd say
now
go ahead.
But now going back to when I spent the 6 months on the official servers, right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole server even told us they were coming. So we loaded up all of our turrets with all the bullets we had. Every turret was full. We had 400 turrets on the base. At the rate that they said they were going to demo our base in an hour. I was online for 11 and a half hours before they destroyed it all.
Holy shit.
And it took them 12 Brontos with over 4 million health to sponge all the bullets.
Damn. And I know that shit, you have to craft every bullet. God damn. That's a lot. And that was all in a 6-month period that you were discussing?
Am I lagging or is he?
Can you hear me?
I was just waiting for it to clear out there. I think I'm good now. Hello?
Yeah.
Alright.
He's lagging.
Who's lagging?
Or I'm lagging. One of the two. Because your mic right now sounds all auto-tuned.
Uh-oh.
Moolah, baby!
It's mine.
Yours
No,
is
I
good.
can still hear it in Armalites every once in a while.
Hang on.
So, it might be me, it might be just my internet lagging for a second.
Well, I got it too.
I went ahead and, just in case, I went ahead and shut my internet off on my PlayStation to make sure, or not on my PlayStation, but on my phone, to make
I
sure
was gonna
that
say, how'd you
it's
do
not
that
a-
with staying in the party?
Yeah, right. All right. I would say let's go with how you guys met. I think that's going to be an interesting story. So, I would say, Brodon, you go
Gravy.
ahead and start us off.
Well,
Hold on to your
Starts-
bootstraps, people.
starts back in Destiny 1 days.
Oh, my head.
Those two players that I mentioned last night to you who took me under their wing for trials, the
Mhm.
Dogfather and Kwashi, ended up meeting Flo through them because they actually lived in the same city as him. And they were kind of like buddies, but hadn't really met, you know, just gamers. Meet him in a raid, I think in a raid or trials, and he's doing
It
the
was
same
trials.
shit
It
he's
was
doing now.
trials with Kwashi.
Trials with Kwashi, and yeah, he was doing the same shit he's doing now, just being a fucking dumbass.
Gee, thanks.
I had trouble playing my first game with him because I couldn't stop laughing. Just being dumb every time I'm trying to shoot someone, and it just wasn't working, man.
Like, oh my god, no! Don't do it!
So you guys started out at, playing D1, and did it kind of go to any other
It kind of
games? Or...
skyrocketed from there. For a while, it was Destiny 1, and then we ended up... he's my sensei for Rocket League.
Yes.
He's taught me pretty much everything I know about Rocket League.
Damn. So I would say that you might end up going pro along with him then.
Yeah. He's gone from like platinum to like champ, so that's pretty good.
I started out as a solid gold.
There you go. He started out as a solid gold. He's even worse than flat.
So about how long ago would you say that would be? Whenever...
Oh gosh.
I don't think I have enough fingers and toes. I do, but it's got to be,
It
what,
was-
5 or 6 years?
Wow, that's a long time. That's
something around there.
Damn.
And we've never met yet, but we are super tight.
We only live 3 hours apart, but
Yeah.
what the hell? You guys live 3 hours apart, and you
Yep.
guys still haven't met? Holy shit!
No.
oh well, same with Dogfather and Kwashi. I still have never met them.
And they live
In the same damn city.
Yeah.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, I think Dogfather's only a 20-minute drive.
Well, I don't know where Dog's been though. He's been AWOL for a long time.
He took a new job. He's not working at the kitchen anymore.
Okay. Is he still
And,
on?
and his new kid. Yeah, he is every once in a while, but he's got another kid.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I haven't seen him on at all. Does he have a new user now?
No, I think he's still the Dogfather.
That's funny.
Oh, come on, Kurt would never change his gamer tag. He's gone by that for the majority of his life.
Yeah, I guess so.
The only reason I changed my original gamer tag is because I didn't choose it.
Well, tell us about that.
Here we go.
Oh, God. We really have to go to this one bad decision in my life?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, well, here's how stupid Flo is when he was 18. He was approved for a $500 credit card, correct? So he goes to the ATM. He goes and buys a brand new PlayStation with the $500. Well, it wasn't brand new. It was slightly used off of some dude all the way up north.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and picked it up, and he gave me... It came with Battlefield, Hardline, and a couple other games already on the account with a year of PlayStation Plus.
Cool.
So what I had to do is I had to go in and change my email and everything else, the password, so that it was my account and he couldn't get it, right?
Right.
So I did all of that. I got it home, and this was long before PlayStation gave you the option to change your gamer tag. Unlike Xbox, where I changed my gamer tag like 25 times.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
because you could do it for free.
yeah, because
Oh,
PlayStation's
after a
just
while, it
late
was
on everything.
500 Microsoft points every change or some shit. But at that time, it was they just kept accumulating points and not being able to use them. So,
Hmm.
and then I got the my original gamer tag on this PlayStation is Beyond Flow, and I never got to change the name until what 8 months ago, 9 months ago, a year.
Right. Well, that was about around when they first allowed where you can change your name.
Yeah, the minute
For
I
free?
was able to change the name for free, I changed it. That's
Okay.
how that worked.
Okay. Well,
And at
what?
that point, what possessed me to go this route with Flowdon is I was so used to being called Flow all the time from Beyond Flow,
Mm-hmm.
and then Sensei here, so that when we're playing Rocket League, it's Brodon and Flowdon. But I have to get some more skill level before that can happen.
Yeah, it's just funny because you got Brodon and Flowdon, and then all of a sudden I'm trying to talk to Flow here, and I call him Blow Blowdon because I got the two names
But
kind
here,
of like
hold on,
flow
let me.
One second, I need a blow down. Hey, you wanna tap this bong?
Oh God!
Yes, I do actually. I'm going to mute myself for a moment. Please bear with me.
All right. So Brodon,
Yes, sir.
you got back onto Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
You were a killer in the Crucible last night, were you not?
Oh my god.
Tell me about that. Tell me.
Dude, after those 2 games I sent you, my next efficiency rate was 3.6, and I was like, hey, I'm just I'm putting in so much work right now.
And you were just playing like regular. You weren't playing the Iron Banner or anything.
No, it was just Clash.
Oh God.
Just Clash, and I didn't even have my good guns. You know, like I was just using the random guns that I picked up from trying to level up,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just too easy.
Did you see where Flowdon was in those pictures too?
No, I didn't see that
Yeah,
because
he was in the
I, wa-
pictures.
I wasn't aware of you until like before, like maybe what 20 minutes before the podcast. So it wasn't brought to my attention. So no, like I just seen him at the very top with 30 kills. It was like Jesus.
I was right behind him with like 27.
So it sounds like
At the-
you guys
at
need to
one
go
of the
into
very
comp.
last- One of the very last games we played, I actually surpassed him by 1 kill.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So
And I'm pretty sure it was my double kill right at the end of the game.
damn. Yeah, we I started out where I didn't really I didn't really enjoy PvP. Which is kind of ironic because, I come from a background of playing a lot of like Call of Duty. And that was kind of the reasons why I went with Destiny in the first place, because it reminded me of Halo and Call of Duty. I was like, wow, that's like 2 in 1. I mean, it's really cool. But it wasn't until later I finally realized it was like, oh my God, the people that designed Halo and Call of Duty, they were both the makers of Activision and Bungie. They're the ones that made Destiny, and I was like, wow, that makes a whole lot of sense. But I didn't really get too much into the PvP aspect until I joined the clan, and then I was kind of thrown into the fire, and they were just like, you're going to sink or swim. And so I got in there, and now it's more, I spend a lot more time playing PvP, trying to get through comp. Right now I'm trying to get to legend so I can get my Not Forgotten. Already got the Lunas Howl already taken care of. I assume Brodon here is not going to have any troubles with that if he keeps up the types of score. I just have to warn you, it's sweaty in there. So might have to try that out at some point.
I'm on a quest for the thorn right now.
Oh, nice.
I want it so bad. Because I'm gonna rock thorn as the main, and then I'm gonna have a sidearm as my secondary. Because I have a sidearm that I can melt people with.
And that's going full sweat mode right there, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thorn is nasty, especially in PvP. The only thing that they've done is they nerfed hand cannons, so you can't take like the ace of spades and map people across the map. You know, you could be sniping
Frick was that
with a
other
hand cannon.
gun broed on?
The last word?
Oh, the one that we kept getting killed by.
Oh,
It was the
a fusion
thorn
rifle.
and the
Arbalist.
Amethyst, or the Arbalist. That's it. That
Oh, the
gun is
Arbalist?
so
Oh
far
my God.
broken. Just shoot me now. If I see it, if I see myself getting shot by it, it's just like, well, yep. Try again later.
Everybody, it's not as bad as it was before. Whenever we first got the quest for the newest fusion rifle, it's a kinetic fusion rifle, which I hear is actually very good, especially in PvP. And it's basically a shotgun fusion rifle, but
Oh, that thing. Oh my god.
yeah, and but you have to get a fusion rifle. Yeah, it's like linear fusion rifle kills or whatever. And so everybody's been using the Arbalist.
You're talking about it's something about a throwing knife.
No, that's the Randy's throwing knife. That's the
that's
a scout rifle. Yeah.
That thing hurts as well.
It does.
I actually got that, and it was funny because I played a lot of momentum control in order to do that. And in a momentum control, weapons do a whole lot more damage. Like, it is unreal. And people would be taking, like, Jade Rabbit, for instance. And literally, you can one-shot someone to the head with that damn thing. Just one tap right off the bat. You don't have to get the perk going. You just slide up into someone's DMs and then boom, pop them in the head and watch it splatter all over the place. And that's all you need. People were sniping with that damn gun. So you kind of end up having to fight fire with fire, you know, whenever you're trying to kind of go for the same thing. So a lot of people were using the Jade Rabbit. It's either Jade Rabbit or the Mida multi-tool. That other exotic scout rifle. That one is a very good scout rifle. So people were using between that or the Mida, and there's really you're just going to get your ass whooped either way. But you know, maybe if I had to really just hunker down and I just said, I'm just going to use Jade Rabbit, so everybody else is using it, so I just got to be quicker on the trigger than everybody else. So, and I went ahead and got the Randy Storm knife, which is actually not a bad scout rifle. I was using that and the Devil's Ruin sidearm that you can get right now, and with those two combined, I felt like, what's that? John Wick. I felt like John Wick playing with that kind of setup, just pop, 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 and then swap to the sidearm, just ta, 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 ta. Like you. And what I like about the Devil's Ruin is, like it's like a little miniature fusion rifle too, or like the wave splitter, you know, you hold down the trigger and then it shoots a beam at you and it's just
that thing. Oh my god.
Yeah, but you can also sit there and just tap 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 tap. It's kind of it feels a little delayed at first whenever you try to get that first shot off, but I just sit there and just pop 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 pop, pop and just destroy people, and it's a lot of fun, that kind of setup. So Brodon, you were saying last night that you are a Titan main,
Yes, sir.
especially now in Destiny 2, and I believe you're saying you're enjoying it so
Yeah.
far.
It's not bad.
Compared to the D1. Unfortunately, now the Titans are kind of slower. But Flo, what is your main in Destiny that you've found that you like?
In Destiny 1, it was the Hunter. I really enjoyed my Hunter in Destiny 1.
Master Race, Master Race, Master Race.
In Destiny 2,
Oh,
I'm more partial to the Warlock.
Floating fairies, of course. Yeah.
Hey man, you leave my floating fairy anyways.
those floating fairies are gods among us.
Let's just say the one of those games I played last night, I popped my special and killed the whole team in Clash.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I pick on the classes. You know, I call warlocks floating fairies and titans, you know, crown eaters basically, and or
I call hunters fake because there's no
call-
way you can jump 3 times in real life.
well, you can't fly around either, so there's really not much of an argument there. But at the same time, yeah, I always yell at Titans. I call them dirty Titans for some reason. It's like, you damn dirty Titan. So every time when they fucking shoulder charge, because they gotta think that they gotta shoulder charge everybody and just boom, 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 and then headbutt everything, bah, 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 and it's just, oh my god, dude, chill the fuck out. And I'm sitting here, you know, like I get in debates with some of the guys in my clan, and they're just like, oh, hunters are just, everybody uses a hunter. There's no skill. All you need is put on stompies, a dust rock blue shotgun, and
Oh my
whatever.
god, I got killed by that so many times last night.
And all you gotta do is just jump around and just stompies, man. That's all you got. And I'm like, you know, we are the squishiest characters, and so if the only thing that you can say is that because we have stompies, technically I have to be quicker. You know, that's why I have the agility for. You know, every character, technically there's really no master race class. I mean, every character has his strong suits and then they have their weaknesses.
Yes.
Warlocks, you know, they can, like, I've been destroyed by warlocks where they could pop a riff and then take a bow and arrow and just pop me in the face and make my ass look like a goddamn unicorn and just destroy me. And you got Titans that just knocks into everything, you know, like a bull in a China store, and just destroy everybody that way, especially with Bottom Tree Striker. So, but, you know, I
Use
feel
the Sentinel class.
like, you know, for the fact that, you know, I have to use agility, and that's just my playstyle. I just enjoy being a hunter. I'm a hunter only, technically. I really don't like the other characters. I've tried them. I like the quickness. I like to be able to move and not really be so much as a tank, or it's just like any other game. You know, I'm more of the hunter type. And I tell you what, before Forsaken dropped and I was watching the previews, and as soon as they said that they were going to have bows in the game, that was the seller for me right there. Was that they were putting bows in here. And I was like, straight up, I'm going bow and hand cannon. I'm destroying everybody. So I went ahead and, you know, after the game dropped and I come across this Calamity bow that I've used for a very long time. I think I have close to almost 30,000 kills on the count. And I mean, I've loved bows. So I was bow and hand cannon just about everything. But but you know, everybody's got their preferences when it comes to the certain characters. It's just, I think it's funny whenever someone tries to use the argument. It was like, oh, you hunters use the stompies. I was like, bro, I don't use stompies. I don't like stompies. So where's your argument?
Obviously, they don't understand how much skill it took to do the jumping puzzles on a hunter.
Yeah, well, especially without stompies. And I hated stompies. Like, sometimes
That was
I
the
would
only
try.
time you actually had to run them. Was in during the jumping puzzles.
Yeah,
and
and then I would swap
well, you had a
out.
backup set on you, and then once the jumping puzzle's done, it's like back to my original one. Screw
Mhm.
these.
Yeah, I hate stompies. I never enjoyed using them. And it's like, okay, well, if you think that all you need is stompies, well, I'm over here, I don't use stompies. Even when I've tried using stompies, you know, like one guy, he will not be named. He was telling me, well, all you need to do is put on stompies and you can top tier everybody. And I'm just like, well, if that's the case, then how is it that you don't have your Luna's Howl and you're not forgotten and Gone Legend and Comp if that's the case? Because if you think that you can just if you just set up a hunter and you have stompies, you could just destroy everybody, right? And he's like, well, no. And it's like, okay. And I've tried doing that. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to put on stompies and try to run a shotgun and hand cannon and all that. Dude, I got my ass handed to me because I couldn't move the same way. And I was like, I can't do it. For some reason, I just feel better without actually having stompies on. I don't like jumping around as much. I'm more about dodging. I like dodging a lot. So I try to find myself trying to dodge when I'm trying to play Call of Duty. You know, I try to move around like I'm a hunter and just snipe people, and then someone tries to hit me and I'm over here trying to press the dodge button. I'm like, oh shit, wrong game.
I can only imagine what that would be like.
But you're over there, all you're doing is kind of teabagging.
Yeah,
you're just,
and then they're
you're just
like,
going up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's like, oh shit, wrong game, man. I can't dodge. But yeah,
they're just looking at you like you're a freak.
yeah. They were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "I don't know, man. I'm trying to dodge. There's no dodge in this fucking game." It'll be like World War II.
There's only ducking and dipping. There's no diving.
Yeah. Which it's funny because I like the new Modern Warfare because you got the slide effect. So, and I do that a lot as a hunter on Destiny. So I'm like, you know, I like to run, slide, you know, just kind of slide around. I think that's pretty cool that they put that. Now, I tried to do that same thing. Like I try to slide and shoot. Like I try to, you know, on Modern Warfare, or not Modern Warfare, but World War II, I tried to do that same thing. And all I do is end up diving towards the person. It's like, oh shit, they don't have slide on this game. So I kind of make myself look like a real idiot by doing that. Or I'll try to dodge and then I just crouch and it's like, oh my god, this is frustrating.
I feel
So
that.
yeah, so it's like, man, I just need to stay on Destiny because this is not working out very well. Because I'm trying to play as a hunter on a completely different game. Now, I think that would be kind of cool if they did add dodging like that in Call of Duty. Boy, I tell you what, I'll be destroying everybody then. But I love how, you know, I don't do so well like in Destiny, but as soon as I go over to Call of Duty, I destroy everybody. And it's like, what the hell is this? It's like, bro, do you guys even play Destiny? And I also get I made my son laugh. Like he would be dying laughing, but I'll be sitting here playing the game and he would be watching and I'd be like, all right, we're going to kick some ass. We're going to make Shax proud. And I'm sitting here playing Call of Duty or something and he would be laughing. He'd be like, this is the wrong game. It's like, whatever. Make sure you throw enough grenades. Throw all your grenades. And it's just, I try to be like, we'll make Shax proud. And he just dies laughing because he's like, "Oh my god, you're talking about the wrong game." Like, I'm actually genuinely confused. I was like, "No, I'm not." But I think it's hilarious. I want to try to get on the mic and actually, talk like that and try to see if anybody catches the reference. Probably not a whole lot of people will be like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about? Who the hell is Lord Shaxx?" It's like, do you even Destiny, bro? So, I've talked enough. Do you guys have, anything that you like to point out? Anything you'd like to bring to the table?
I suppose they keep an eye out for me. 'Cause,
Watch out for Bro Don.
I'm gonna be moving up those ranks in Rocket League real quick.
Oh, nice. Now, is that the main type of game that you're really going to be focusing on?
Most likely, yes. Maybe Apex. We'll see. We'll see how serious I can get.
Oh yeah, definitely. With the whole, like, we played Apex and oh my god. Oh, it's hard to. It sucks whenever you got somebody that has to carry you. You gotta unzip the book bag. I gotta hop on in there and be like, "You're just gonna have to carry my ass," because
Yeah.
I haven't a fucking clue. And like, I get these, like, the one incident that we had. I think it was on our first match, and we were playing, and like, we got ganged up on by a few people, and I had that big what do you call it, the big Hawaiian looking dude.
Oh, fucking Gibby.
Yeah, this guy comes up, and I'm trying to shoot him, and he's busted out a shield, and he's deflecting all my shots, and I'm like, "Oh shit, this can't be good. What do I do? I'm a noob right now." And then you come along and you're just blasting through everybody. I'm like, "Fuck."
You're like, "Oh my god."
He's like, "See, I told you I could carry." And I'd say the best one that we had was we got stuck in the fucking storm. We were trying to stay alive. We spent more time in that motherfucker trying to stay alive. Got a few kills along the way, but we were trying just try to stay alive. And you're like, "Oh, here's a med kit. Use this. Use your first aid." And you were like really, coaching me through everything. And I was like, "Okay. I hope we get out of this." And then we finally get out, and then there's a group of guys, and
then we got killed.
yeah, we got destroyed. So I kind of felt
was
bad.
almost
I was
like
sitting
today.
here. I'm glad you were on your account, that you're on a separate account, so I wasn't fucking up your KD, because I was like, "Oh man, I hate doing that." I think that's the reason why I kind of strave away from having really playing with other people with high expectations, or I think they have high expectations of me, and they just get pissed off because I don't do well enough. So they're just kind of sitting here like, "You're fucking up my KD." I think
Well, as
it's
someone who's coached before, I just get it. I know how it is,
right.
I know it takes patience. I know that Smurfs are necessary sometimes, and that's okay.
Oh,
It's just the way
definitely.
it is.
And plus, it helps protect your main account. So,
Yeah.
but I guess whenever you're very familiar with the game, you can really just you can adapt to basically starting over. I mean, technically with that kind of game, I mean, yeah, you're starting at a lower level, but I mean, everything is available to you once you get into the match, I believe.
Yep,
Like all the
pretty
different
much.
types of weapons, they're available. So I mean, it's easier to do it with that. Now, like, if I wanted to make another account and then push somebody through comp, well, I would have to basically start all over again and have to build up a character again to the point of where my main account is. So, yeah, I could see how on Apex or any of those type of you know, battle royales type games. You know, it'd be easier to do that. Flo,
Yo,
being real quiet.
I'm letting you talk.
So what game do you tend to beast mode at?
Um, Believe it or not, the new Modern Warfare.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll be just 1 second.
All right.
I usually play hardcore search and destroy on the new Modern Warfare. One of my last games I played, I went 19-5.
Oh, nice. That's actually really good.
It's not easy to do.
No, especially when you get people that camp all over that damn game. It's like the camping is unreal. I don't know why there was so much camping, especially when the game first came out. It's like, dude, this is no different than any other Call of Duty. Why is everybody camping like this? It's just so weird. I don't know. Maybe it just everybody been playing Rainbow Six Siege too long or some shit like that. I don't know. Now, how long have you been playing Modern Warfare? What'd you say?
I've played since I've had it since it came out.
Yeah. Now, how would you compare it to like the previous Call of Duties and stuff?
For me, they lost my business with Call of Duties when they brought out the wall running and the double jumping and the boost packs in Advanced Warfare, I think it was.
Yeah, that's when it first came out with those kind
And
of things.
then I played that for a little bit and then got really sick and tired of getting jump killed from 6 miles away. And then I stopped playing there, and when I heard that it was coming to boots back on the ground was
I'm back. I'm good.
Black Ops 3, I think?
No, boots were off the ground in Black Ops 3.
No, Black
Was there
Ops 3
still
is
boost
still.
packs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
But
You
you
still
couldn't do
fly
the
around.
wall running, and you couldn't do most of the stuff that you could in Advanced Warfare. So
Oh,
I started
you-
playing
You
there
could wall run in
again.
Black Ops 3.
Yeah, you could still do all that on Black Ops 3.
But I didn't mind it as bad there, because they brought back a whole bunch of the maps that I already knew from the first Black Ops, so...
Right.
And then I do own Black Ops 4 as well.
Have you tried like Ghost and like the new World War II? I know those are definitely boots on the ground without all
I
the
own-
jetpacks.
I own World War II, and I own New Warfare. I have 3 and 4, I think, in Black Ops.
Now, what's your opinion on the Black Ops 4? I thought about buying it, but I've been kind of hesitant because I bought I got sold off with the Black Ops 3 because I bought it on the PlayStation 3.
That's bad.
Yeah, well, I bought it on there, but that was only because you got Black Ops 1 along with it. And I tried playing Black Ops 3. I didn't like it on the PlayStation 3, obviously, but I bought it on here. It's a lot better on the PlayStation 4, that's for sure. But I've been kind
I'll
of
give
reluctant.
I'll give them credit on Black Ops 4 where they did the kind of like Fortnite Battle Royale type deal.
Mm-hmm.
You can go into Blackout and you can skydive down and have to pick up weapons. It doesn't matter what level you are. You got gear and whatnot. All that you can pick up on the ground. But the overall gameplay, I'm not 100% satisfied. I'd much rather see you get Modern Warfare than Black Ops 4.
Right. Yeah, I bought
And even
Modern.
then, Modern Warfare isn't even worth it. It's almost 200 gigabytes and it's glitchy, you know, like, I still have that corner bullshit with the bodies being outside the corner so much, as opposed to what the camera sees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dumb. Like, I was good. I got my kills. I mastered a weapon in like less than a month, and I was like, "Hey, like this is easy, but it's glitchy and it's bullshit." So,
Well, I went ahead and bought the Modern Warfare. It's just, yeah, yeah,
Eventually, your PlayStation is just gonna die.
yeah. It's ever since then it started doing it with even the other games that I've been able to play without it acting like that. And I've had it cleaned. I've actually took it to a guy that I work with. He did it for me for free. He's pretty familiar around these consoles, so I went in and had him do it while I was at work because I didn't really just have the time to be able to sit there and actually clean it out properly. So he actually tore it all the way down to the motherboard and was able to clean it all up. And but as soon as I bought Modern Warfare and I was all excited, I was like, all right, I'm going to get to play the new game. And I started it, and then all of a sudden, I was like, holy shit, is my PlayStation about to take off or blow up? Oh my God. And I
That's
started,
Rodon's experience too with that.
yeah. And eventually it got to the point where I tried to play the game, and then beep, beep, shut off. It just
Yep.
gone. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I've been trying to figure out, okay, what is causing this? What is there anything
We
that
were
I could do
never
to
able
fix
to
it?
figure it out with Brodons either.
Actually, we were. It was the power supply.
But you see, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't think it's because it ramps up the fan, right? It'll ramp up my fan, and eventually it'll shut itself down. Now, if I play any other game, let's say World War II or the Black Ops 3, it will ramp up. I could still play that game all day and be fine. So I don't think it's a power supply. I don't know what it is exactly. But I'm just thinking, you know what? The console is about over 2 years old now, I'd say about now. So I'm thinking I'm just going to buy me another console, and I'm going to be getting a desk so I can have everything set up for my podcast and everything. So I'm going to just do it that way, but I'm going to hold on to this PlayStation so that I could try to maybe get it fixed. I may end up having to take it to like my local electronics place where they fix up these kind of things, and they can really boil it down to see what it is exactly that causes it. I can't play God of War, the newest one. I can't play that. It's even worse on there because it's constant. It's like as soon as you start that game, it just it's like, oh my God. And I had to shut it down because I was like, I don't want my PlayStation blowing up or frying or anything like that because it just freaks me out. Now I've been told maybe if I added like a um, um, external fan and then disconnected my original fan in the PlayStation and kind of do all that, as long as I give it a separate power supply, then you can make it work that way. But I don't know if that's going to keep it from actually shutting off. I don't know if that's
Okay, so the power supply is the main problem. If your fan needs a replacement, then it needs a replacement, right? The fan's the fan. It has nothing to do with this power supply, but it isn't. But it can be a problem. So if it's a problem, by all means, fix it. But the main problem seems like it was the same thing as me, just the power supply. It cannot handle the size of the game, so it tends to overwork the PS4 Pro, just basically by accident. It's a fault in the system, and that's about the base of it. If I was talking to a Sony representative on the phone about it right before I got this new guy here, and he said that they'd have me send it in, and then if power supply was in fact faulty, then they would just probably send you a new model, because it just happens in some PS4s.
right.
Like probably 1 in 100 will be faulty, and believe it or not, that's a big number. So
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is a big number for how many PlayStations are out in the world. 1 in every 100 has a
Just because
faulty
they're so
power supply. There's
mass-produced?
thousands of PlayStations with faulty
Yeah.
power supplies.
Just
See,
because they're so mass-produced.
I wonder if you can just swap out, like if you bought a new power supply, if that would just
We
fix the
tried.
problem.
We tried.
And it still doesn't work. Oh fuck.
It sounded good when it started up. The fan was a little quieter, and then it's going pow, 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 and it was dead.
Oh no. Well, I would hope that didn't make that sound.
And it
like,
didn't
oh
even
shit.
take COD. It didn't even take COD. You know what it took? Apex. That's what happened. I
Oh
tried to start
shit.
Apex, and it was like, and I was like, okay,
All right.
getting a new one.
Yeah, I think that's the route. I'm not even getting the PlayStation 4 because technically, I don't have a 4K TV, and honestly, and I have an external hard drive to add to it.
You don't need a 4K TV to experience the benefits of the Pro. And honestly, the Pro is right now the best system to get, even over the PS5, pretty much. And Sony's admitted it already.
Well, I play on a gaming monitor
So do I.
versus or like a regular
So do I.
TV, so which I've been very happy with. It was actually recommended to me by a buddy of mine that I used to play with a lot, and he's told me what it was called, and I looked it up on Amazon, and really didn't cost too much. So I was like, I'm pretty happy with it. So, and I could tell a lot bigger difference from just the reaction time from playing from an old school flat screen TV that was kind of like a half-ass flat screen from back in like maybe 10, 12 years ago.
Yep,
And
I've been on
then,
one of those.
yeah, and then I finally upgraded to the monitor, and I was just like, oh man, this is nice. I was so excited. I couldn't wait for it to come in. I was all anxious at work, and it made it even worse because I got the notifications on my phone where I get the email saying that your package has been delivered, and I'm just like, oh yeah. And I was like, I'm here at work, and I want to get home. But
Yeah.
it's awesome, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. I definitely would want to, if anything happened to this one, I definitely would want to get another one. And
Yeah, I ended up scoring a 32-inch white Samsung curved monitor.
ooh,
Yeah, she's a little fancy and it
Ooh.
treats me well. It's got a good response time on it, you know.
now what is it like to
Just with the games.
play on a curved monitor?
It's I don't know. I don't want to say it extends your view or anything, but like
Can you
it
tell
just
much of a
allows you to
difference?
see- like you can see it in games like Call of Duty because you can just kind of make out more of your peripherals, kind of, you know, or in Destiny even.
So it gives you like more peripheral vision, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Hmm.
And games like Destiny, like for example, right now I'm looking at it, the HUD is curved itself for curved TVs and such.
Oh, nice.
So it's, yeah, exactly. It's kind of nice, you know.
Well, I might have to look into that.
And when my old PS4 shit out, I was doing a lot of research into, you know, should I get the PS4 Slim, the regular PS4, the PS4 Pro? And ultimately, it did come down to the PS4 Pro, so that's why I highly recommend that you also get yourself another Pro, if you know that if it comes down to that.
Well, you see, I'm not big on like I'm not like one of my brothers. He's a big fanatic when it comes to the pixels and everything, the minute stuff that I'm not going to really realize. I mean, yeah, you could
Has
tell a
nothing-
difference
you
from.
get a lot of what you're talking about, the little things. For what I'm noticing right now, from I've owned the original version, I've owned the Slim, and now I have the Pro.
Mm-hmm.
The processing power for the original fucking black, whatever you want to call that brick piece of crap, is garbage. the Slim got better, but what the Slim lacks, in my opinion, is the optical out on the back of the PS4 itself. The Slim did not have one. But what I noticed with my Pro is the processing power and everything else is stronger. I like with my Slim. Don't get me wrong, I game a lot. I have a lot of hours on every system I've owned. I'm surprised my Gold Slim was still working when I sold it.
Right.
Now, going from the original to the Slim, I noticed a huge difference in the process power. Now, near the end when I was selling the Slim, it started slowing down for me. But on my Pro, when I hit the home button, I'm at my home screen. On my Slim, even when I first got it, it took a couple seconds. It labored a little to go to the screen.
So there's a little bit more of a delay then.
Yeah,
on
there's
the
a lot
Slim.
more delay between original, the second gen, and the third gen consoles.
Wow.
They've really, like, if you can get a new gen Pro, like a brand new one, like when I got my Pro, I got it at Walmart for $388 with NHL 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get them on sale like that, like a Boxing Day, a Black Friday, or something like that, and save yourself the extra money that you, because that would a console would have cost me $500 new.
Yeah. Well, I think you can pick up a I think the PS4 Pro right now. Like if I went out to Walmart, it's like only $50 somewhere around there, more than the Slim, because it's $299, and the Slim is like $249, $259, something like that. So
It's $40-$50, give or take,
yeah,
down that.
yeah. I mean, it's not like
And with that extra $40 or $50, man, there's a big difference. Like, I don't have the problems you guys have because I also went and spent the money and I went and bought the 4TB Seagate external hard drive for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have absolutely nothing but my game save files, my screenshots and whatever have you else on my console. All of my games, and I have right now I have 78 games installed on my PlayStation.
Oh, geez.
They're
That's a
not
lot.
on the PlayStation.
Right, they're on your external hard drive.
So at that point, I have no data usage on my PlayStation. It's all in my external hard drive, all of it.
Wow. Well, I bought
I don't have any of those problems with the processing power being too high because it's not all processing off of the PlayStation itself.
Right. Well, I bought
Like
an external hard drive, but I think I was just a little too late before, because I was already experiencing the problems, and I had all these games like Destiny, and I bought and then I had the Modern Warfare on there, and I had a few other games on the PlayStation, just on its standard hard drive. And I was starting to experience these problems, and then I went and got an external hard drive, thinking maybe it'll make it better, but I think I've already passed that line of really no turning
you've already
back.
crossed that point.
Yeah, so I think
got
it's
it
already
long
ruined at that
before-
point.
You're pretty much toasted. That's pretty much a full rebuild.
Yeah, and I might as well just buy a brand new one. I think you're right. So,
Now, do yourself the favor when you get a new one.
mhm.
Buy yourself, use the external hard drive.
Oh, I have all my games already mounted into my external hard drive, ready to go. So all I gotta do is just unplug it and plug it into the new PlayStation, and I basically
Unfortunately,
started
it
out
might
there.
ask you to format it.
Okay. Well, if it does, and I end up having to re-download all the games, it's all going directly to the hard drive. So,
And you can actually set it in the settings. You can set it to save new saves to the external hard drive.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
Like,
definitely end
now
up
I'm
doing that.
curious. Now you got me curious what I'm sitting at for storage. This will take a hot minute though.
Right. But, well, guys, we have passed over an hour. Um, I'm not sure exactly how much. Let's see. Probably hour 10, hour 20.
Hour and
Um,
20, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Give
actually
or
not too
take a
bad.
donut.
But yeah, this was actually really, really good. Especially for the very, very first podcast. Um, and hopefully we can, get ourselves where we can do all this again. Especially when you guys get to the very top. And like I said, don't forget about the little guy down here. And, but no, it's, and hopefully I can, build up this platform and meet new people. Now, that being said, if, Brodon, I told you last night when we were trying to do our podcast, that if you were interested, I could bring you into my clan on Destiny.
Yes.
You're more than welcome to. And Flodon, not Blowdon, but Flodon. If you're interested, I think, you guys have made contributions to the clan, so, which we are the Unbroken Legends. So, yes, very awesome. But, if you guys are interested, I'll send you guys invites after we're done here. And,
Down.
so, and I really want to get expanding on, different games, and you never know. You might be able to talk me into trying out the whole Rocket League thing. I'm not, that's a whole different ball game. I'm not really into soccer, and I really haven't played games since Need for Speed. Like, I haven't really played racing games since Need for Speed Most Wanted. So,
Well, it's not a racing game.
well,
It's
no,
literally
but
car
like
soccer.
using, car soccer, using, driving cars
It's
around.
honestly a lot harder than people think,
Oh, I bet.
and it takes a lot more time to practice than
Right.
anyone will ever want to admit.
Right. Well,
Like, let's just put it to you in this term. I have been playing Rocket League for what, 3-4 years now.
mm-hmm.
About three and something years, yeah, 3 years, something like that. Because it hasn't been out for 4 years yet, so
But I've
Only been
had
out
it
for
since
about
it came out anyway.
yeah.
But I am just starting to find myself where feel like I've learned everything but certain things that'll come with time,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm finally just starting to find the rhythm and everything else of where to be, how to hit the ball, where to place the car, where to do this, where to do that. It's been a real rough road. Like, I got to champ for the first time at the beginning of this season,
Yep.
and since I got to champ, we won 2 games at champ rating, and then I ended up back down to Diamond 1. So the game has its ups and its downs.
I bet. I hear it's one of the big popular games, surprisingly.
Dude, it's literally an esport now, so like it's blown up.
Yeah. I'm actually. I think when I first saw it, I was like, that looked kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah, there's
I'm
teams
not-
competing for million dollars fucking in the
God.
Rocket League community. Like, Jesus Lord Christ, can I have like 1% of that?
Right. Well, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I want to compete, man. Like, because I know
I
I
fully
I could be good enough
understand.
to make money. Like,
Well, let me ask you, why, instead of joining a team, why not put together your own team?
See, I've tried, but like I find players who already who are better than me or my skill already have a clan or a team. So I figured it might be easier to just try to branch out and find a team, right? And I
Right.
just did that today, so I'm really excited to see what it comes with tomorrow.
Well, I wish you luck on that, and um, if I think it would be really cool. Are these experienced like pro gamers,
Well,
or
I
are
don't know
they
if they're
just
pro, but they're very highly ranked. Like
okay?
I said, they're grand champions, which is the highest rank in the game. So, like for me, that's the fact that they wanted to recruit me and were excited to have me on their team was just just so humbling to me. And I just
Well,
really can't wait to get into it.
right. Well, um, the door is always open if at some point you want to bring those guys along and you want to do a
Yeah, of
podcast with
course, that would
them,
be cool.
um,
Bring the
you
new team
know,
on.
hell yeah, and I would get to meet these guys, and like this is not cloud chasing. Anybody who wants to try to, oh, well, you're trying to cloud chase, and it's like, no, that's not what this is. I want to be able to, share the experience with everybody, and
Yeah.
be able to learn what it's like to do different aspects when it comes to pro gaming competitions or just doing content creation so I can learn myself and hopefully maybe even build myself up to be better at doing it, but also, building a community. That's where I'm trying to get at. I mean, I could care less of what kind of clout somebody else has. I want to be able to learn what their experiences are. So if you want to throw the idea to these guys, be like, hey, I got a buddy of mine, we just got doing a podcast, it was a lot of fun, and I think it'd be kind of cool you guys showed up, and you can talk to them and share your experiences. That'd be great. Just give me a heads up and I'll get them scheduled in. But other than that, unless you guys have questions for me, you know I'm basically an open book.
When you down to play?
Well, currently it is 12:27. I mean, and I took a nice little cat nap earlier. I think I could play a little bit for us to finish after we
What are
finish up here.
playing?
Oh God, I don't know. I'm scared. Um, uh, One that doesn't make me too don't feel too humiliated. So let's play Destiny. I'm actually okay at that. So we could play some PvP if you guys want. And
Yeah,
I
sure.
could get the whole clan thing set up where you
Yeah.
guys can join, and I think it would be pretty good.
We'll end the night on that.
So, all right. All right, so we have Brodon, Flodon. I think we're going to call it a night for tonight. And hopefully we could do this again soon.
Hopefully.
So, all right, good night, everybody.